Man, his imagination is a nice place. It's got all the amenities and none of the responsibilities. I love imagination. Excuse me, who are you?
I'm the guy who pays rent here. Who are you?
That doesn't make any sense because I'm the one that's. I've lived here for a while. I think I would know everyone that lives here.
Prescription checked? Blind a little much? Been here for a
Whoa,
while.
whoa, whoa. Okay, you want to throw disses? I can throw
I
disses.
throw disses.
Hold on. I'm getting a notification from my imaginary phone.
What? Check your phone.
Can we hold off this imaginary beef until we listen to this real Anderson Paak song? Truce?
Truce.
Cool. Anderson Paak is bringing us a new track called Who Are You? It's going to be coming off of Oxnard, his new album, I'm assuming. And so we get another taste of what's going to be on the album. 2 minutes and 38 seconds of Anderson Paak meditating on what has been an eventful, career for him and how people are questioning him. He's questioning himself. And it's this more aggressive Anderson. He's not necessarily, full of like rage and like flame and inferno, but he's kind of annoyed, and this beat kind of steadily transfers through that. The production on here is really full of depths. There's synths, there's the beat kind of like transitioning from aggressive, and Anderson Paak's flow the whole time is pretty measured and doesn't really, shift out of order. It doesn't feel awkward at any point in time. Now, at first I was like, I wasn't sure how I was feeling about this, but continuing to go through the song, off of just the first listen, I realized that there's a lot of things happening within here, and it's not just, who are you? No, like Anderson manages to make this both catchy-ish, but like still definite, pondering of where he's gotten and how he's annoyed that people are still questioning his validity because he's not necessarily a gangbanger or something along those lines. And he's like, well, maybe I should go back to doing that. The important thing to note too is that Anderson's not asking this question to just himself. He's also asking it to the people who look at him in a famous light. He's also asking it in a sarcastic manner to those people who judge him because of how higher and how much more success he has. He kind of is almost in a way looking down on them, but he's looking down on the people who are kind of trying to question him. And so it's kind of this battle of who are yous, and they're basically in a weird way reflecting off of each other in this weird loop of judgment. And it's still cool to see him transitioning through this beat as the beat itself bubbles up during certain points in time, transitioning into like figuring out who he is. And though he doesn't really get the answer, and I think that's just kind of how everyone is, you don't really get an answer all the time trying to figure yourself out. I think that this track altogether is a pretty cool track. It's got, like I said, a lot of details within it. There's like so many different sounds coming together to make this kind of, like I said, this annoyed beat, this kind of like frustration slowly bubbling up before it explodes. And maybe bubbling is a precursor to that. Like bubbling is what happened before when he, wasn't as successful, but now he's enjoying success. And Who Are You is the after effects of him kind of just being like, huh. And then people around him being like, are you really like this? Like, who are you? Like, when people question you, it's something that really can like tick you off. But for Paak, who seems to really have a very, I hate to say it, bubbly personality, it seems like it takes a lot to really get under his skin. And I mean, if you want to look at Tints as far as narrative structure goes, Tints is even more perfect. That we're getting a tinted view of Anderson because we don't really see that darker side of Anderson Paak. We only get to see it in his music. And so looking at it with a tinted lens, you may see this part of Paak being more vulnerable and more frustrated. Introspection, I should say. It's more nuanced introspection from Anderson .Paak than I've heard before. Who Are You? Great, cool track. Can't wait for the rest of the album. Every song here seems to have its own unique flair and vibe, and I'm pretty sure that's going to continue on the album. So far, I've liked every single song on here. So, can't wait for Oxnard. Well, this guy says, please do not look in the mirror in the morning unless you're about to give yourself a smile and you're going to believe in yourself. Also, don't say the whole Bloody Mary thing. Like, just don't do it. Just don't do it. You can ask yourself who you are and have freaking existential crises, but just don't say Bloody Mary 3 times in a minute. Come on. It's November.